Well, Nick, here we go. The middleweight Cage Warriors Academy Southeast title on the line. Fraser Cook, 4-0, fighting out of Elements MMA. In the blue corner, the Sakuraba-esque shorts. And Romain Delort coming out quick.
I mean, we've seen in the past, Fraser Cook, he likes to close the distance. He likes to work off the ground. Very capable on the ground.
Got a nice body lock here. Delort having to work hard.
I mean, Ryan Smart, he's blocking that knee so he doesn't get anything up the gut. He kind of understands where he's at. But Fraser's got to do what he's doing right now, get a better head position and turn him and then get him down to the mat.
Oh,
I think he's listening to me.
Nice defense, though, from Delort. Heavy hips, sucked him back into the cage and wouldn't let Cook pull him to the floor.
Now and then, you know, remains threatening on the head, so it's forcing Fraser to keep honest, not get too careless with putting his head down there to try to get the takedown.
And Delort trying to soften up Fraser.
Fraser, again, is so high on that body lock, it makes it really difficult to take it down. There's a couple finishes for it, but it's all muscle. There's no technique to it. So if he wants to technique it, he's got to get a little bit lower.
Delort almost reversing position, trying to push him off.
I don't know if he's not using the cage.
Delort done well so far then.
Yeah, and Romain wants it at range. If you notice, he's throwing long, straight punches and kicks. He wants it. He wants to be able to tee off.
Feinting there. Nice sprawl out.
Cook in on the shot. Now, he has a couple of ways where he could actually finish this shot, but it doesn't look like he really even wants to. It's more just he's happy to be down, whether he's going to try to pull guard or what he's going to do here. He's looking to control the wrist.
Delort rolling around, throwing a knee to the body, staying heavy.
10 seconds left here, and it looks like, Fraser's getting a bit of sense of urgency here.
Good Lord, finishing that round with a vengeance. Interesting first round. Cook putting a lot of energy into those takedowns, into the grinding.
I mean, Fraser, he's closing the distance. He's trying to get his hips in. We know, and I'm not speaking out of school here. I think Romain knows as well that Cook wants it to the ground. And so Romain needs to, let's throw some leg kicks, whether it's inside or outside. Let's throw that long, straight jab. I wouldn't do a push kick because they're easy to catch, but the leg kicks, you know, somewhat safe. Cook needs to get his hips down a little bit lower. When he grabs that body lock, he gets it more at the belt, and he's got to try and turn him away from the cage. He's never going to take him down the way he's doing it against the cage.
Well, we move into our second round in our middleweight amateur title fight.
Fraser Cook in the orange trunks. And we got Romain Delort in the red and black.
Big body kick there from Romain Delort. Fraser, though, steamrolls in.
Now, Fraser's showing a bit of sense of urgency that he showed at the end of the first round with the last 10 seconds left. He kind of barreled in. He's got that tie plum.
Nice knee to the body. And again, really working hard from this position again.
Try and soften up the body to maybe go in and try to get a double leg or maybe a single leg on the outside.
Delort working real hard with his back off the cage.
Yeah, he's using it well as his way to stop the takedown. Again, Fraser's going with the double unders, and he's trying to get that body lock takedown, but Delort's just pulling his arms up and allowing himself to be able to get out of it.
Delort swimming inside there, managed to turn. Wonder if we're going to see another flurry out of Cook like we saw at the end of the first.
Well, he's getting desperate with his shots, though. The first one was earlier in the round was pretty lackluster, but this time he's kind of diving for it.
Yeah, it didn't look like he wanted to trade too much on the feet with that. But now Delort heavy on the shoulders and head.
He's got a good chin lock, and he can either whip around to the back, which I think Fraser's blocking with his arm, but even still, the move is to fake one way, go the other.
Yeah. All right, circles around now.
Iowa's that leg. He's got that wrist control. Now what he needs to do is he needs to break the hips down. He's controlling the leg, but he needs to get the hips down.
Are looking to step over. One hook in, two hooks in.
Fraser was smart. He got his back to the mat the minute that both hooks got in there. That way his neck was still safe. He's continuing to scoot, and he's trying to circle into him.
Very nice defense from Cook, who looked like he was gonna try and sneak out the back door and come up on the back, and has ish.
Well, it's still working. I mean, his leg's trapped in there, but he's got to posture up, and he's got to start raining down some punches. We're at the 10-second mark.
Yeah, I heard the clacker that time. Defending the triangle-ish as well.
With that leg in there, you're never going to get it.
Round 3. New Cage Warriors Academy Southeast middleweight champion to be crowned. Again, look at the corners. It tells two different stories as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, Cook's expanded a ton of energy going for those takedowns, especially because he's getting trapped on the bottom. But even Romain's tired because he's defending those takedowns.
Yeah.
Both of these guys, their cardio for MMA might be great, but their cardio for just straight wrestling might not be.
It's been a lot of wrestling in these 2 rounds. We'll
exactly.
See if they go back to it for the third. The deciding round.
I mean, in my eyes, whoever can come out there and really stamp it can win this fight.
Touch the gloves, and here we go.
Romain with the shot. Let's see how Fraser Cook's defense is.
Nice.
Oh, great knee to the body right up the center.
That was a nice sprawl, and then almost picked him up to land that knee.
Now again, Romain's sitting there trapped with his back against the cage. He's got to figure out a way to create distance.
Well, he's been able to throughout the first 2 rounds of this fight. It's always taken him a little bit of time, but he's always managed to.
Yeah, but he doesn't. That's just it. Now that it's the 3rd round, neither one of them have time.
Yeah.
I mean, Fraser's got to try and work to either get this to the ground or start to get some damage. Romain's got to work his back off of this cage and get out to more of his range.
That deep single. As they work up against the cage again, and now Cook's still hammering the thigh.
Fraser Cook, other than him just spitting on you, still trying hard to get that takedown. Finally, we get a break from it. And they come out swinging.
Well, can't be much time left in this fight now, and
both of them are showing a sense of urgency. Romain needs to let this go and go back out to swinging.
Yeah, I don't know why he's happy just controlling. He's going to get his back pushed up against the cage again.
Fraser will control his wrists right here on the inside, protecting his chin, and end up just having both of them stagnant up against the cage.
Yeah. But again, the perception is you don't want your back against the cage. You don't want to be pinned up against it. So every second here is another second for Fraser.
Yeah, and you got to think as well is how much time has he spent defending instead of being in any way at all offensive.
Absolutely. I mean, you can't. Nice. Fraser worked real hard. That took about a minute of work to get him down, and perhaps not in the position he wants to be in. Arm trapped in between his legs.
Yeah, but he's still in that dominant position to where with his right arm he's able to throw at least some punches to the body or head, make it look like he's working, show on the judges that he's making that action. Romain's doing the right thing from the bottom. He knows he's trapped, so he's just got to throw some punches and try to make it look like he doesn't want to be there.
Only a few seconds left in this one now. Everything to play for to become the new BCMMA amateur middleweight champion, and there it is.
And we're going to go to the judges' scorecard.
After 3 very closely 4 rounds, we have a majority decision in favor of the blue corner.